Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 5. Module 5 is your first exam for the class, and so the only assignment in there is the exam and then the question that goes with the exam. So I'll kind of talk about both of them and what to expect here. So you can see that there's not much that's new. There is one chapter to read that is a little bit different. We've kind of talked about theme throughout the past few modules, but this time you actually have the chapter on theme to look at, and it also corresponds with the question. So this is new stuff to read, and then just to review before you take the exam is always a good idea. These different chapters that we've looked at, this just covers fiction, so we're not going beyond that. At this point, we kind of separate out the three genres. So it's going to take me to the textbook chapter. So once you have looked over that chapter on theme and you have done some review, then you're ready for the exam. The exams in this class are timed, and you get 25 questions and then a full hour to complete the exam. I highly recommend doing some review first before you attempt the exam, because you can only take it one time. So if you have to look up every single answer, it's going to take you longer than an hour to do, and you won't meet the time limit. So make sure that you are just keeping that in mind, that you want to do a little review first. Make sure that you look back over like the stories that were assigned and everything. The exam covers the same types of questions that you got before, so it pulls from the same pools of questions as the quizzes. So you may have already had some of these questions, and so hopefully you'll recognize some of them and already know the answers. So I do also recommend going over the quizzes that you've taken and see what questions you had and which ones you got right or wrong in that respect. So that is the exam. Do keep in mind that you have to finish it once you start it. So it's going to time you. If there's something that happens and you have some kind of technical issues, make sure you email me immediately. The tech support email will not reset an exam. That has to be me. And when I reset, you'll get new questions. So if something happens, sometimes students will accidentally click on take the quiz or something and they weren't intending to. But most of the time it's an issue with internet. You lose internet, or something happens. And you're not able to finish it. Just be aware of the time limit there and only being able to take it one time. The other part of the exam, so there's two parts to each exam, the actual multiple choice true false questions and then the essay portion. I separate out the essay portion so that I can time the other part. That way those of you who are kind of slow writers don't have to worry about having longer questions to answer or short answer type questions that will take you longer to type out. And so this exam question is just for the typing part. So here what you're going to do is you're going to choose one short story. Most students will pick their favorite, which is totally fine, especially if it's one that you've read more than once and are really familiar with. So you then, in a Word document, you're just going to give me author, title, page number, and then one main sentence telling me what the theme of the story is, so that corresponds to the chapter that you're reading. If you want to know more about theme, you'll want to make sure that you look through that chapter. And then main fiction elements that you see being used, how do you see it being portrayed in this particular story, and then how does it demonstrate the theme, and then personal connection to it. What did you like about it or not like about it? What did you connect to? What did you learn about fiction or short stories by reading through this? Use the fiction terminology, that kind of thing. I like this because of the point of view, or I like this because it had different types of characters or whatever. It's obviously something that you're going to answer thoroughly. You want to be in your own words. And for this one, I don't care if you use like a Grammarly type program just to limit your errors, although I don't grade on writing for this one. In fact, errors are sometimes a good thing because I know that you wrote it at that point. So I don't want you to be worried about how your writing will be portrayed, because I'm more interested in your ideas. So if it's a genuine reflection of what you think, and I can tell that you're really trying to tell me your opinion, your ideas, then you're going to get full credit for it, no problem. If you are using really vague, kind of flowery wording that is broad, overgeneralized, that kind of thing, and is not authentic, is what we might say, then you're not going to get any credit for it. So make sure that it sounds like a human wrote it, and then you'll be fine. So, you know, if you don't want to use your Grammarly program, that might be a good idea. I do, as much as it pains me to say, oftentimes writing with a few errors in it is a good thing, because then, you know, you've proven that you're human. And that sounds bad, but that's where we are. So anyway, if you have questions about that at all, just let me know. But that's our first exam for the class, and we'll have a couple more that are just like this, so you kind of anticipate what's going to happen down the road. And yeah, if you have questions, send me an email. Otherwise, have a great week.